they're being murdered. They're given over to gang violence. Right? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian aren't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High set up by our people, and only our people.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child.
Right? So meaning when our children, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, our children, they don't know any better. Right? They always want to play. Right? They're always into foolishness, stupidity. They're unlearned. It's bound in the heart of our children, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Go ahead, Alex.
But the rod of correction.
But the what?
The rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
Right, but if you discipline your children, if you take that rod and you correct your children, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you'll drive that foolishness out of their mind. You'll put in order, proper order. You'll put in discipline. It'll drive that away from them.
Proverbs 13 and 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
Right, and a lot of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, your mothers and fathers, they didn't beat you. That's why you're in the condition you're in right now. Our women are whores, our men are gangbangers. They're all tatted up and tatted out. They're dope addicts. They smoke weed all day and vape pens. Because your father and mother, they really hated you. They spared the rod. They didn't beat you. They didn't take to heart or think that if I would only discipline my child, they would do better in life. But they didn't discipline you, which meant, according to the Bible, they hated you. They probably didn't even recognize it. They thought their version of love that they were giving you was what they were supposed to give you. Right? They want to make the popular decision. They want to go along with what everyone else does. The Lord said, read that again for the top.
He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
Right? If you spare it, if you withhold correction from your child, you hate him. Go ahead, Ike.
But he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
So that means often. You're correcting your son or your daughter throughout the day, often. With the law, statutes, and commandments, and if it has to go to, again, with the rod, a physical beating, then that's what the Bible calls healthy for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian child. Right? You hear that, brother? You hear that, brother? What's your ethnicity, brother?
I'm AME.
What's your ethnicity?
AME.
What does that mean, sister?
African.
Well, your ethnicity.
African Methodist.
No, but your race, not your religion.
Oh, I'm black.
But sister, look at your jacket.
Indian too. My grandma was an Indian.
Sister, isn't your jacket black?
Yeah.
Is your skin color that same color as your jacket?
Yeah.
Your brown skin is the same color as your black.
Indian.
What does the word Indian mean, sister?
That's what my grandma was.
Sister, we're trying to show you your nationality. After so many years you've lived, and we're trying to show you something you don't know, sis. All right?
She's saying like first AME, because I used to go to first AME church. Stupid ethnicity, not to their religion.
All right? Again, the men, the so-called men, didn't stop.
That comments one to
Right? But it's pit bulls stop.
You got his, what's in the
All right, but she's what is man number 2.
Yeah.
The other one. All right. Sister, you got to separate from the heathens. All right? Come back to your own people. All right? That's according to the laws of God. Or you will be judged for your lust, unrighteous lust. Go ahead.
Don't speak pictures. Come up and do it. Jeremiah 6 and 17. Also I said, watching over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
Right.
But they said, we will not hearken.
Right? That's what our people say. Right? This is the trumpet blowing. Our people say, we won't hearken. We're going to continue to walk by from a distance and yell out. Foolishness. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Here on earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people,
Right.
even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my word, nor to my law, but rejected it.
But the Most High, the Lord said, our people rejected the law. Basically,
You never wanted
No picture.
Yeah.
Even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my word, nor to my law, but rejected it.
but our people have rejected the Most High's, rejected the Most High's law. It's verse 10. Verse 10, same chapter.
Whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, the ears that circumcised and they cannot hearken.
Right?
Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach.
Right.
They have no delight in it.
Our people, you so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native Indian, you guys don't have delight in the Most High's word. It's not music, sweet music to your ears. For you, it doesn't sound like, you know.
So for him,
This is your ticket for getting out of captivity for you. It doesn't sound. It's become a burden to hear the word of the Lord, the Most High. How about Shemi Shai? All right. Go bring that up.
Proverbs 19 and 18.
Uh-huh.
Chastise thy son while there is hope.
The Lord is telling you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians to correct thy children while you have hope, while they have hope. Right? Because when you're a child, when our children are children, when our kids are children, are small, toddlers, it's easier to correct them than for them to become up in age. Right? How hard is it to correct a grown man or a grown woman? It's very difficult. So the Most High said, correct thy son or thy daughter while there is hope. For you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. Read it again from the top.
Proverbs 19 and 18. Chastise thy son while there is hope.
Right? Because it's hope when they're a small toddler. Right?
And let not thy soul spare for his crime.
Right, and the Lord said, don't give in, right? Or don't repent of the chastisement that you've given your child because they start to cry. Stand firm on the correction that you've given your child, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. A lot of our children, so-called Black and Hispanic, when they start crying after you've given them a correction, you start to over-sympathize. Right? Or cuddle them. The Lord said, correct thy child and spare not for his crying. All right? Meaning that they're going to appreciate that correction later on in life. All right? Or they're going to be a product of what we see happening today. Behind bars, 25 to life. And you'll have the Edomite correcting. You'll have the so-called white man correcting your child in jail. You have the so-called police officer, the so-called white man correcting your child, putting them in throwing them in the back of a damn police car in handcuffs. Then the Lord will use him to correct at that point. So it's best that we correct our own children instead of giving them over, allowing the enemy to correct them. Right? And that starts at a young age. Right?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 13. Withhold not correction from the child.
The Lord said to withhold correction from thy child. Go ahead, on.
Withhold not correction from the child. For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
Right? You have to discipline so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. The Most High said to beat thy child with the rod, man. And he will not die. He'll be disciplined, well learned, and in order by the time he reaches adulthood, and will have known how to carry himself, and would have not have put himself in a stupid situation, dangerous situation, you actually will save his life. All right?
Verse 14. Thou shalt beat him with a rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell.
All right? The Most High said you beat your child with the rod. And that comes from the scriptures, and that also comes from a physical rod, or physical belt. Right? For you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you'll deliver his soul from hell. He'll be corrected by the scriptures. He'll have an easier time learning. Right? Knowing what's right and what's wrong. For you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. Oh, okay. Right? And thou shalt correct thy child, thou shalt deliver his soul from hell. Our people need to understand these things. They need to hurry up and understand and do it. Go ahead.
Proverbs 15:32. He that refuseth instruction despises his own soul.
Right?
And he that heareth reproof getteth understanding.
Right. So the Most High said for our children, after they become adults, if they despise the instruction, they despise their own soul. All right? He that get it reproved, you get it to understand. All right? That being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.